This video is for those of us who procrastinate, who only seem to spring into action when the deadline is breathing down our neck, who start a semester strong only to stumble when finals arrive, who choose fun now, knowing full well tomorrow's consequences will come knocking. So, why are we like this? Psychologists point to something called temporal self-discontinuity. Picture yourself not as one person, but as three. Your past self, the one who made yesterday's choices, your present self, the one calling the shots right now, and your future self, the one who will live with the consequences. Here's the strange part. The future self doesn't always feel like you. They can feel like someone else entirely. And when that happens, any action that would benefit them, but causes your present self discomfort, starts to feel like needless suffering. Your brain weighs the trade-off and thinks, why bother? Immediate pleasure wins. It's like being asked to do a long, exhausting job so a complete stranger can enjoy the rewards, with absolute certainty you'll get nothing in return. If that sounds like a ridiculous act of exaggerated altruism, you already understand why your present self often says, pass. For people like us, even when we speak kindly of our past selves, they still feel like strangers. Strangers whose triumphs we can't quite take credit for, as if those good deeds were done by someone else entirely. The present self is the one that feels most real, most alive. And as the saying goes, out of sight, out of mind. The future self? They're just a faint silhouette, far off on the horizon, hazy, distant, and too imaginary to truly care about. In a culture obsessed with living in the moment, this neglect is not only common, it's practically encouraged. This is where the real problem begins. When your past and future selves feel like separate people, sacrifice starts to look pointless. You stop investing in the future self because you feel no loyalty toward them. The present self grows greedy. It takes comfort, pleasure, and the safety of avoiding discomfort, and hands the bill to the future self, and it waits until the last possible moment so that the reward is finally close enough to see. We call this procrastination, but that's just the polite word. It's really a kind of self-greed, even self-betrayal, born from temporal dissociation. Neurobiologically, it's easy to see why. The limbic system flashes and shouts for now, while the prefrontal cortex, the planner, the long-term thinker, speaks softly for later. And in most cases, the loud voice wins. And so, we often think of sacrifice as something you do for someone else, for a person far away, someone who will enjoy the fruits of your labor while you bear the cost. But here's the truth. This is exactly what all the great ones did. They built things their present selves would never fully enjoy, or might never see completed at all. They traded comfort for possibility, and they entrusted the results to a future they could only imagine. To be fair, some of this isn't entirely our fault. For most of human history, survival meant taking what you could get now. The future was a luxury, but today that same ancient wiring works against us, because the best parts of life require long-term investment. So how do we change this? How do we bridge the gap between who we are now and who we want to become? Thankfully, there are ways forward. And while professional help is invaluable if this struggle runs deep, certain behavioral shifts can make a real difference. Visualize your future self until they feel real. The problem is distance. The answer is connection. Write them letters. Picture them in vivid detail. Make them close enough that helping them feels like helping the truest friend you'll ever have. Remember, your life is a collaboration between the person you were, the person you are, and the person you will be. When those selves are connected, sacrifice stops feeling like loss and starts feeling like a gift. So ask yourself, will you sacrifice something for you?